Good morning, students. I am just going to read this chapter called Home at Last for you, and this is going to serve as a guidance when you do your reading practice alone. I am going to go really slow, and I want you to have your book along with you. Place your index finger on the line which you are reading. Sit in a nice environment and just start reading along with me. And reading is such a thing which you are going to enjoy if you do it daily. Give it some time, and you would be able to read even the difficult words. Okay, trust me on that. And it's not at all difficult. All you have to do is do it daily, and maybe just one stanza or two stanzas a day is really going to help you a lot. Okay, the first tip which I have to give you about reading is you have to go really slow. Take a nice deep breath and start really slow. There are children who get excited while reading, so even the words which they are familiar with, they read them wrong. Okay, so what I want you to do is go really slow. Nobody is coming to you that okay, you have to read fast or anything. You have to go really, really slow. Okay, first tip, read slow. Second tip, always put your index finger under the line you're reading out. Okay, so are we ready? Yes, we are ready. Okay, chapter 14, Home at Last. Time to start. Have you ever thought about going abroad? Which place would you like to go? Why? Or if you've been to a foreign country, what were the differences that you found between that country and your own? If you were to live in another country, how different do you think your life would be? Write down 5 6 ways in which you think your life would change. Always have some kind of modulation while you read. Okay, there should be some ups and downs in the voice while you're reading out. Okay, so now we are starting with the story, this red line which you see. Let us now read a story about an Indian girl who lives in America and what she feels about living in a foreign country. I am supposed to be going home, thought Aparna to herself. But why do I feel that I've left home behind? She and her parents had visited India after 12 years. It was Aparna's first trip to the country of her origin. Financial constraints and visa problems had prevented her parents from visiting the country of their birth for so long. Finally, they had planned the trip and now they were on their way back. So, this is how we are reading out. Go really slow, comfortable, very, very easy. Okay, and you can always let the teacher read first and then you can read that line again. You can pause the video, you can read it again. Okay, Aparna gazed out of the window into the blue sky stretching endlessly in front of her. Home to her had always been the city near Dallas in America, where she had been born. As a child, she had felt no different from other fair skinned, blue eyed children. Only when she had entered school did she realize that she was not one of the majority. And as her horizons widened, she had found out that she lived differently from the rest of the people who occupied her small world. I want sausages and eggs for the breakfast like Susan, she would ask of her mother. Now, let's come to the next page, that is page number 101. Her mother would patiently explain to Aparna that they were pure vegetarians and they did not eat meat. Maybe when you're older and are able to make your own decisions, you may decide to become a non-vegetarian, her mother had added gently. Rice and other Indian food were her diet, which upset her, and she longed to eat the food her friends ate. They openly did not make fun of her, but she knew that behind her back they laughed at her. The suspense when she opened her lunchbox embarrassed her. She would stare mortified at the idlis or the upma, sometimes even rice. She would long to see sandwiches like her school friends brought. Daily battles with her mother did ensure that she got sandwiches, but only once in a while. Her accent was faultless and American, but she knew she was different. Her color was different, her name was different, and difficult to pronounce too. And when she filled in forms, etc., she qualified under others. Why was she not just one of the crowd? She began to dislike anything related to her origin that made her different. She was ashamed that she was not an American. She refused to speak her mother tongue at home and always created a fuss when asked to join in Indian cultural activities and festivals her parents took her to. They all made her stand apart, and she did not quite like it. She really wanted to belong there. I'm sorry, here. After all, she knew no place else but this, and this was her home.